You do?
Oh, well then,
No, you gave
then I would have sent you money.
That was something we would have been surprised about.
Paul, I used to rescue.
Had I known, I would have actually sent you money.
Paul, I used to rescue Boston Terriers.
Old leather
We're on
gloves,
the air, like.
we're
didn't know that.
slapping in hands. Popcorn and peanuts, we're working the stands. Pink cotton
First thing.
candy, love on a stick.
All right, Mike.
He's
You need
chasing the beer.
You need the
The
energy,
trick
Paul.
of the lips, play ball. Play ball. Load up the bases and smack it right over the wall. Play ball.
Hey, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Laughter Saves Lives.
Live!
Here on Strong Island Radio and TV and Facebook Live. My name is Johnny La Rocchia. Tonight joining me are two of my regular buddies. Let's turn to the left first for the retired police officer here and good friend, my buddy Frank Fiala, who I spell his name wrong all the time. Spell
Yes.
it live for the people.
Yes.
Spell live for
Remember,
them.
it's A before I, especially after F.
After C, as in neighbors and way.
And
and over here.
F-A-I-L-L-A.
All right, I'm going to spell it wrong again.
It's all right.
And over here, my buddy who's trying to figure out what I screwed up here on.
Just
on
get
the,
me, folks. I'm trying to get set up with the online.
Yeah, please do not pay
the
any
comments.
attention to that man behind
But I
the.
just want to tell you, I smell great tonight. I smell
He does.
Great.
Steve Oliva.
Hello, everyone. Good
Hello,
to be here
everyone.
again. This is a very exciting show. We have
a
planned.
packed show. This is the two guests that we have tonight could take up an hour each.
Yes.
An hour each.
I smell great tonight.
We could take up we could take up an hour
Is
each.
that the
We got
voice in
Paul
my head
Bond
again?
on tonight. We're going to call him a Long Island legend only because he's standing in front of us. If he wasn't here, we'd say, he's another comic.
Right.
Long Island legend Paul Bond is here. He'll be on here in about
Yes.
2 minutes. And then we have, I'm going to call him FDNY. He doesn't like me to call him Hero, but FDNY.
No, he's a hero.
Five out of Hero. He's an international man all over the globe. He's leaving for Nicaragua in about 45 minutes, but he stopped in. We have here the wonderful.
Thank you.
What? Not you.
This
Steve
man.
Shea. Yes. Stephen Shea.
Kevin, Shay.
Kevin Shea. Oh my God.
Kevin Shea.
Who's Stephen Shea?
Stephen is his younger and lesser known
No,
brother.
he's
Kevin
leaving.
Shea.
Kevin, I'm sorry. Come back. Come back.
Kevin.
So we
We
have a
love-
great show. Let's get through our week pretty quick so we can bring these fine gentlemen on.
Paul and
By
Kevin.
the way, we need to have more women on the show. I'm hearing a lot of repercussions from my house.
I
Right.
have to set
Alone.
that up.
So if you're a stripper,
No. Why?
Why not?
If you're a
gotta set me
female
up.
stripper.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Gotta set me up at the
We
comments.
could use you on the show. Let me
no,
get
if you're
into.
interesting and you have a good job or something that you want to talk about, reach out to us. We'll find a spot for you.
Yeah, we're looking for interesting guests. You got to be interesting. You got to be a little funny. Have a sense of humor. Contact us. And
Who told you that, Ashley?
Right, we need you to be funny because we're not.
Who
Yes.
told you that? Ashley Judd got in touch with you?
In fact,
we had to have more women?
tonight, Pat Marone really wanted to be here.
Right.
Really wanted to be here, and we said, Paul Bond is on the show. You bounced, so he was a little upset about that. So
have a strange
next
feeling
time you
that's-
see Pat, you'll have to deal with him, the chef. He's not too happy that he's not here tonight.
Right, the next time you see Pat,
Yeah.
I won't be here.
Might not be the first time he's going to hear that in
Happy
his
New
comedy
Year.
career. But I love you,
Happy
Pat.
New Year
Happy
to you
New
too.
Year.
Happy New Year to you too, Steve.
We canceled last week because I had a vertigo incident. I apologize. Not that I didn't trust these guys with the show last week, but
he
I didn't trust these guys with the show last week. So we showed a rerun of John Consoli's show
Oh,
that I
great.
wasn't even on.
Yes, one of the
I didn't realize.
one of the best
No,
shows we had.
Here's the funny part. I didn't realize I wasn't on the show.
Yeah, we did.
So I said to Bobby, show that show with Consoli. I remember that show was good.
Yeah.
And I wasn't on the show.
He was a great guest.
He was. It was a good guest. So we showed that over again. We had
You had vertigo?
I did.
Congratulations
I
on getting an illness that no one's gotten in 50 years.
Right.
Now, I want to talk about.
Who gets vertigo?
All right, let's take one phone call. Then we're going to shut down the phone lines. We'll take one phone call. I don't want to
gotta
take
get
any
the
calls
comments.
until we
Folks,
get
I
these
got to
guys.
connect with you on Facebook.
Who's on the phone? Laughter
Hey,
Saves
up.
Lives.
Hey,
You're in the studio
How you
here.
guys doing? How you guys doing?
Hey, we're doing okay.
jeez.
This is Tony F. Bomb's cousin.
No, it's not.
This is Patty Parmesan. How you guys doing?
Oh,
Patty
listen
Parmesan.
to me, Stunad. We got two great guests tonight. Make your point quickly, and be kind to Frank.
Yes, be kind to me.
I called to say hello, and you guys want to blow me off. Okay, thanks.
Who is it?
Is it Tony?
What do you think it is?
Is this Tony F. Bombs?
What do you think it is?
I don't know.
Can you
What
curse
the
for
fuck
us?
you think it is? It's Tony F-Bomb.
Tony, how the
Tony,
F are
good
you?
to see you,
What's
buddy.
your, if it's
Happy
Tony
New Year.
F-bombs, ask him what his tax number is.
Ask him what his favorite word is.
No, it's me. It's your Pat. What are you doing?
It's Pat Marone?
Oh, Pat Marone.
Yeah.
Oh, Patty, yeah. Paul doesn't want you even to call.
Right.
Paul doesn't even want you to call.
Come on, Pat. You mind swallowing the meatball before you call in?
Happy
next
New
time?
Year, Patty.
God's sakes. Happy New Year, Pat.
Hi, Pat. I miss you.
Why aren't you
All right,
here?
guys. Have a great show, guys.
Hey, Patty,
I'm not gonna
wait,
ruin
real
it.
quick.
Hold on, what are you
tell us a bit
wearing?
about the movie that you're doing, that you're posting on
Yeah,
Facebook.
quick about the movie, Patty. Go.
Nah, it's nothing big. Enjoy your show. I just called to say hello.
Oh, we love you.
Well, we miss you, brother.
We miss you. I wish Paul would have let you be here. Freaking Bond. You know how these headliners are.
Fuck Paul.
All right, Patty, thanks for calling, buddy. We love you.
Patty
Bye, Pat.
Parmesan.
All right, I'm going to bring up one more point. We'll bring him on. My Fitbit.
Your Fitbit.
I got a Fitbit. I'm addicted to the Fitbit because I'm in a challenge with like 8 people now who can do the most steps.
Right.
I look at it on my phone. Am I behind? I watch TV now. I'm walking. I park like 2 blocks away from wherever I have to go and walk around blocks. I guess that's a good thing.
Did you
I
get
don't
it
know.
for? You get it for Christmas?
I bought it for myself actually.
Oh, that was very
Yeah,
nice.
'cause
of your family. That's very nice of your family to care about
Because I
your
tell
health.
my
Yeah.
family, what do I want? What do you want? What do you want? What do you want? And I never get. I wanted bathing suits. Didn't get. You know how I like this.
You want the banana hammock?
That's why you need
No.
the
That's why you need the
Fitbit.
Fitbit so you can get into the,
Get in
into the
shape.
bathing suit.
So anyway, I got the Fitbit. I'm happy. Happy
What's
New
the
Year.
highest your heart rate has got up to? Like 64,
I'm not
70?
really, no. It's got up to like the 130s.
Oh, walk in your
basement.
basement steps is
Yeah,
not going to
that-
kind of get over
that
to
was
the
watching the
get
show.
over to the soccer field and run those bleachers, pal.
Watching the show that I was on when you guys did the show, my heart rate went up to about 130.
Ooh.
Just from watching the show.
Yeah, the one that I was on. Remember the one? Let's bring Paul Bond on. Come on.
Paul
Let's
Bond.
bring-
We need Paul.
Our first guest tonight, he needs no intro because I lost it.
And-
Paul has been a comic for 27 years.
Yes.
Maybe more. I looked at maybe the old website.
Maybe.
Long Island legend, like I said, teaches classes, plays the guitar. Since I've been doing comedy, I've heard of
Bring it
Paul
in.
Bond.
Bring it in a little bit. guys.
And
bring it.
here
we want to
is
see. We want to get the
now,
whole essence of Paul.
here as a booker.
Sorry.
I wish I was more of a comic these days. I'm
do
booking,
too.
I think, more shows than I'm doing. As a booker, as somebody who books a show, we had Tom DiDario on here a few weeks ago.
Right.
Hysterical.
All right. Guys like Tom DiDario, Paul Bond, when you book a show, you're going, oh, maybe you don't know the featured act that much. They're holding it up. 45 minutes, the show is doing okay. Boom, you throw this guy on stage and you sit back, home run.
Da-da-da-da-da.
You're on
Takes the
cruise
pressure off
control.
the rest of us.
And I mean that as a compliment, you jerk.
Thank you, my brother.
This man can close a show, and the audiences love him, and I look so smart, and I love I love when I have guys like these.
Well,
on
that's
my
a better
shows.
introduction than I could have expected. So
Good,
that's very
good.
nice. Very nice.
So tell us,
well,
how did you
I
get
want to
started?
explain this because I
What,
just
it's a
came
hat?
from. I came from a robbery. No, I actually
Looks like
just
you're
finished
on the docks.
doing.
You
Yeah, I
were
just
getting
finished.
in truck.
Wish I was on a dock with a gate. I was actually I was just finishing my rescue work, so I came directly from animal rescue.
You
What
know
do you
what?
mean by rescue work?
Well, let me,
I rescue.
before you get, that's a good. I like the way you let it. Did you know transitions
I
don't
just
exist
see
on
what
the
I did.
show?
No, we
You
don't-
know
What I did
transitions-
was I set them up.
That was too
And
good
you
for us.
just.
If you've watched, you haven't
know.
watched. I know.
I know.
The transitions here. The Dario's like, where are the transitions? We weren't going to ask you, but we have so much to talk about. You had to go to the friggin' hat. We weren't even going to ask you about the hat.
Well, I
Now
don't
we
usually
wasted-
wear a
We're
hat.
glad that
We
you wore
wasted
the
3
hat.
I got a
minutes on
full
the
head
hat.
of hair. You know that.
Yes,
So I
yes.
wouldn't-
So tell us. Go ahead. Deliver that question
Go
again. That
ahead,
was beautiful.
Frank.
That was
So
beautiful.
tell us about this rescue work.
Ooh.
What are you rescuing, Paul? What are you
Wow.
rescuing, buddy?
What are you rescuing?
Rescuing cats and dogs.
No, I've never
Oh.
seen. You always say cats. I've never
I
seen.
am cat. I am cats.
Right.
But we have a dog unit as
One
well.
dog. You do one
Not
dog.
Just one dog.
One dog a month.
We're very
Right.
particular.
Just-
it's
It has
one
to be the right
Rottweiler.
dog.
It can't be near anybody.
It can't be a mixed
So-
breed. It's got to be a purebred.
Just one Rottweiler. We can't get him adopted.
Just so you
Sorry,
get
you
money
got
from the
3 legs,
dog
you're on
people.
your
That's it.
We do cats and dogs.
We do cats and dog.
And dog.
Not dogs. Dog.
You got to do 2 then.
He's a pain in the ass, and we can't get him adopted. No.
So tell us how you got into this.
Well, it was by accident. My wife and I were at Checkers in Selden.
Okay.
Not the name drop. but I will eat at all the
part owner.
all the big establishments.
Paul is cruising the finest
and behind
establishments.
there was
Lucky girl.
a wooded area.
Right.
And she started feeding a couple of cats that were there, and so we just
Just
as a
evolved
hobby,
from
just
there?
go down there and feed the cat.
Feeding them
and then
checkers?
You're feeding them checkers. No, cat food.
So checkers.
Anyway, I'll talk to these people.
Or checkers.
So what happened was, at our third trip, we met these two people who have part of a rescue group. They're called the Adoption Center. At the time, they were called CPR, but there's the Adoption Center, and they're in Medford, and they asked if we would like to get involved in feeding some of the colonies. And my wife, yes, she said sure. And I'll be honest with you, had I known what I was getting into,
Right.
I would have been happy to donate $100 a week to Animal Rescue. and
Get a picture. in the mail.
And I would be ahead.
Well,
Yeah,
because
it's a lot of work.
Like I see
It's
your
a lot of
Facebook
work.
post
Dude,
on,
I
with the
know.
snowstorm.
Oh.
Look what this fucking guy did.
Is it like
I
when you
talk-
adopt a kid from Africa and they send you a picture every month of the kid? You get like a picture
It's
of the cat?
nothing like that, Frank.
Okay.
Stick to the program.
Stick to the
Here we
program.
It's not like the cat now is all of a sudden
Nice
found
reference.
a hole.
No, I
Nice.
saw
No,
you
you're
got
right.
very
Because
frustrated.
I get very frustrated because I talk to the plow guys.
and nasty a little bit. You're a little nasty.
No, they're okay.
No,
but
I mean
they-
you.
Oh, I'm nasty. Yeah, afterwards, because I talk to these idiots. and
Oh,
I
you
go,
tell them
"Listen."
ahead of time.
Ahead of time. The guy who's in the plow. Listen, there's feeding stations over in the corner here at the sushi place. If you could you plow it to the other side?
Right, to leave a spot.
No. It's on that side, on top of the feeding stations. And then I got to wait for, and I want to give a shout out to Rudy Fusco.
Yes, Rudy's a good man.
Because Rudy saves my butt every time he has a bobcat. No pun intended. But he has a bobcat.
Right,
yeah.
And he scoops out and he gets all the areas that I can't get to because of the 9-foot or 7-foot walls they put in front of me. And I'm the youngest guy in our group.
Wow.
Yeah.
Because
and
you're
I'm-
old.
Yeah. Yeah. So it's up to me to get them all shoveled out.
Oh, like you're the new guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can't. I'm
Let
the-
Paul shovel.
Get the youngster,
Get the kid.
Paul. So every year when it snows, it's my stress test to see if my heart is okay.
All right. Well, you do good work.
Well,
That's
do they,
really
do they
nice.
just have the feeding stations and then a little shelter?
they have
shelter? Housing. yeah.
Housing at the bottom of the hill, housing at the top of the hill. You got to separate them,
Yeah.
so the raccoons don't eat the food and then and they go. Over
So
to
these
the
are
housing.
stray cats.
Yeah.
Stray cats.
Ferals, right?
And
Ferals.
but don't they?
We spay and neuter the group.
I was just gonna
Right.
say,
we
don't
spay
they?
and neuter them.
Right.
And then we adopt out the ones that are adoptable.
Okay.
And then we have to release the ones that aren't,
now we're
and
back
then they
to
go
the-
back. And they go back
What
into
makes
the
them
community.
non-adoptable?
Well,
Nasty.
Bad
Yeah,
attitude.
just they're too. They've been out in the wilderness too long.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
So when they're kittens, you can train them. You can, from a young, from a young kitten,
Sure.
you can make them not feral.
Right.
But sometimes the mom stays feral, and you got to release her back out. But we try not to do that. We try to adopt out all, everyone we can. But we also test them for HIV.
Wow.
Feline
yeah,
leukemia and all that
anemia
stuff.
and all that stuff before we, after when we spay and neuter, we check them for all diseases.
So would some be put to sleep if they were?
Well, if there are some
diseased?
that are too far gone and we know the winter's coming and they would just die in the cold, you have to euthanize them.
Right. Okay.
Okay. So we've had colonies that have 30 cats that have gone down to like 5
Wow.
because
Wow.
we've either adopted them or situations have allowed us to relocate them. And so we're doing good work.
Good job.
Yeah, yeah.
Good work.
Yeah, yeah.
Good work.
Thank you.
Um.
I'm looking for my seat in heaven.
Now let's.
You'll get it,
Yeah,
buddy.
keep looking.
You'll
Yeah.
get
Keep
it.
looking.
With him at the
mean,
wheel.
You can't be nasty to people like Pat and tell them not to come to the show. You're
I
not going to
did
get to
not-
heaven.
See, this is
Pat, he said it in the back
This
room.
is a lousy rumor, Pat.
It is. It is. It's a.
Pat
it's-
knows I love Pat.
We got a recording. Patty's a good man. Let's talk about your. Now you've been doing stand up, and you play and you
I
do
was
some
like
music.
28 years.
Play some music.
Yeah.
You play some music. A long time, 28
Yeah,
years.
yeah.
Tell
Old
us
East Side, the old East Side.
East Side. I
yeah.
used to go to shows there. Now I'm doing comedy. If you call it
Long
that.
time, too.
If you call it
Can you
that.
say, Paul, what that club was? That was
loosely.
East Side Comedy
That was
Club.
on Jarko Turnpike
Yep.
in Huntington.
What-
That was one of the original comedy
Chuckles.
clubs in Long Island.
It
No, the
was
White House,
comedy
right?
club.
The White
Well,
House
no,
back
no,
before
East
you.
Side was the first.
East Side was there before the White House?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Then
Okay.
Dixon's White House. And I love this guy. Dixon.
I never saw it. I don't
He would,
think.
when he did an open mic, and if you say, I got to go on early.
Right.
He goes, okay. He looked like Richard Nixon. He's like, you're 1J.
1 J.
Yeah, so in other words,
Oh, if you were
yeah,
3.
Here we go. It's 1, but you're J.
Right.
So you got to wait.
Which means
for
you're
all that.
10.
So if I was
Yeah.
if I was 3,
Yeah, you might be
I might think like, oh, I'm going to 3rd and I'm going up 12th.
3H, whatever.
Oh, that
yeah.
is so funny.
So
That is
that's
so
what he would
funny.
do. He was funny that way.
Okay, so tell us about the highs. You had a few times where you almost hit something big, and you know what? There's so many comics from booking that are so funny, and people go, "Well, how come they didn't?" There's
Yeah.
just that little Ray Romano,
Right.
Paul. I'm just saying, you know what I'm saying?
where's
You worked
my
with Ray when Ray was Ray.
No, I want
Right?
a sitcom.
Yeah. So what were the few times where you, I almost had it?
Dude, I thought this one time.
Tell me.
This one time. Well, I taped 2. I worked with Jim Brewer.
Right,
quite a
all right,
bit.
right.
Back in like 2000 to 2003, we were on the road together. I'm going to name drop. I got to work with Metallica. I was on Metallica Icon on MTV. We played a heavy metal version of If You're Happy and You Know It, Clap Your Hands. Because Jim and Lars and James are family. They go on vacation together, so
Cool.
they know
Right.
each other's kids.
Right.
So he said, "How would Metallica sing a kid's song?" And that's
Right.
what we did, and it killed.
Oh,
Jim
that's
doesn't.
funny.
So anyway, we. But then Comedy Central took an interest in Jim and shot a pilot. Now in the pilot, I was a writer.
Right.
Yeah.
I was a band member.
Right.
And an actor. I was a sketch actor.
Right.
And I still have the pilot.
Sure.
And
Get rid of that.
it was at the time when Dave Chappelle was still on.
Uh-huh.
And they were thinking Half Baked Hour because Jim was in Half Baked with Dave Chappelle, and it was a stoner movie. And it was perfect timing.
Sure.
You have Dave Chappelle lead into Jim
You can
Brewer.
lead in, yeah, sure.
Boom. So for some reason, and I hate saying this, but they watered it down. Let's just say they watered Jim's
Yeah.
show down.
Yeah.
Right.
Because I was writing edgy stuff for the show, and they're like, "Oh, you can't do that because you're a white show. You can't do that because..." And the lawyers just C-blocked everything.
But Paul, that
Yeah.
is,
Yeah.
I mean, you know, just from listening to comics like talking on radio and
Yeah.
about those type of, I've heard so many stories about guys who are edgier, you know, funny,
Yeah.
and it goes to people who aren't comics,
Yeah.
you know, executives, I assume,
you're right.
and you know, and they change it, you know.
The problem is they're in charge of a station that they're not funny in. They don't
Yes.
know comedic timing. They don't know comedic sensibilities, and they're at the helm. They're
Yeah.
the ones
Right.
going, "Hey, no, you're not doing that. Why?
Yes.
Because it's too edgy." Now, if I submitted the stuff that I did now, they would be like, "Oh, that's fine."
Yes,
You know,
because
but
of
it
the
was,
climate.
but it was 15, 16 years ago.
Is it because the climate has changed for some reason, and so
Because there's a lot more getting away with on TV.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
the stuff I had was, well, I did one that was a little, what they say, too soon.
yeah,
And it had to do with 9/11.
Right.
It was Jim would play a guy on a plane that would just tackle everybody going to the bathroom, and it was just hysterical because he would be out of his mind.
Right.
Go, go! You know, and he's like drag him down. You know, and it's you know, and it was funny. At one point, it would be like an old woman, and we would have like some guy, you know, obviously playing the bottom half,
Right.
and she's dragging him down the aisle. Go for the bathroom, you know. And they were like, too soon, you know. I'm like,
Yeah, yeah.
okay, I get it.
Yeah.
But then we did something that was black oriented about a patch that makes black people, white kids, stop acting black.
Oh.
And it was I can't say the name of it because even that was like, oh, you can't do that.
Right,
And
right.
we were going to have Chappelle come on and do the bit. We said, no, we'll have Dave marry the show.
Right.
In
Right.
fact,
Yeah.
the opening sketch would be Dave Chappelle doing the show.
Right.
And it would be this patch. And he goes, look at these a-holes. You know, we're
Right,
playing
right.
basketball and we're, what's up? You know, we're playing in the grill. And then we got the fake, you know, the grill in our face.
Yeah.
And then he would come by and hit us with the patch and we'd all miss the basket. And all of a sudden we'd want to study. So, yes,
good.
was it a little edgy? Yes. But the joke was, it was just ridiculous. That's all it was.
All right. So now, didn't you have something recently that was? Can
Recently,
you talk about
it's still
that?
happening.
Oh, recently, still happening.
happening.
Are you allowed to talk about that?
Yeah, and
Tell us.
it's I'm just waiting on a trademark.
All right. Good.
It's called It's a Little Sketchy.
Right.
And
Right.
it's a show. It's a competition. Let's just say it's a competition show. Mm-hmm. But it's a competition show that's never been done before. Mm-hmm. And I will be the Bob Saget of that competition show.
Okay.
I will do the wraparounds, the thread, and the studio's already waiting for me. The lawyers have already been talked to. It's just waiting on a trademark. Because what you do is when you submit an idea for a show, they got to find out if there's anything else out there
Right. Similar.
that's like this
Right.
or close to it.
Okay.
So far, we're good because they come back quick when they know.
Yeah.
competition shows are like
Dude,
the most popular
this
thing.
is going to kill. I'll
Sounds
tell you
funny.
off the air what it's about, but it's
Yeah.
just
I
an amazing idea.
Yeah, I could-
comedy, Paul? Comedy based?
It's
Yeah, it's comedy
based,
based.
yes.
It's good.
And I will be
Has
the
that
host.
nothing to do
and-
with how many steps you can take in an hour?
I'm doing my Fitbit
you're
under
out.
the table.
So
I'm,
you're
I'm
out,
doing
John.
my
That's
steps
so
as we're sitting here.
People
so
watching
funny.
it will need a Fitbit. They're
Yes.
gonna be so
So-
excited when they see it.
It's going to start as an internet-based show,
Uh-huh.
but trust me, Hulu, Netflix, all these people are going to want this show.
Awesome.
This is going to be
Well,
one of those shows
I-
that put Paulie on the map.
You
Because-
have worked hard. You have really worked hard. And if anybody deserves it, you deserve it.
Thank you, John.
So I
Thank
wish
you.
you, I wish you the best of luck.
Anybody besides me deserves it.
And
It's
Pat
you.
Marone.
And Pat Marone.
Pat Marone.
And Pat Marone.
But yeah, so it's exciting. I got.
Well, I wish
I
you-
got a DVD coming out.
Really?
I got a DVD coming out. Called
Let's talk about that.
You asked for it. It's called because everyone that sees me says you're very visual.
Mm-hmm.
You should put out a DVD. So I did a 3-camera shoot in
remember that.
Connecticut.
Yeah.
And I named it "You Asked for It" because
You
they
asked
asked
for it.
Yeah.
You asked for it, and on the bottom, now buy it. You know, and all my merchandise goes toward animal rescue.
Oh, nice.
Excellent.
When I sell stuff,
Good man, Paul.
Do
it
you have
goes
any
toward
shows
them.
coming up?
I do have shows coming up.
What do you got?
So no, I just have them. I'm doing.
And is Pat Marone part of any of those shows?
Actually, I do have a show coming up with.
Love you, Pat.
Oh, who's his face? Who's his face? Butera, John Butera.
Oh, that's right.
You know Johnny?
Of course we know
Yes, we all
Johnny.
know John.
I'm doing a show with him Friday. We're doing a show for. Oh, we didn't put up the flyer.
Good promotion.
Yeah, but I can't put up my flyer when he's here.
That's all right.
Why not?
By the way, am I
Not
supposed to be
competition.
commenting
No,
on?
but it's two
Well,
different
I
venues
have-
and two different
Yeah.
situations. I'm
we're,
okay with that.
we're doing a show Friday with him for the John McNamara Foundation, who was a firefighter who died of 9/11.
Is that the
related
American
injuries.
Legion?
It's at the American Legion.
It's a nice little venue.
I've been there.
I
I've
just
been
did
there.
I just was there last
Yeah,
week.
I've been there. We did a show there already, and we're working with Jen McNamara on the show, and we have Santos on the show and Sandy.
It's a good show, man.
And
Steve.
Pat Marone is doing a set.
Pat
and
Marone.
And Steve. So it should be a good night. You,
Well-
you know what? You're not on the show.
Because I did it last year.
Okay.
I'm well aware.
I don't know if I said it to you.
I
must
have an
been so-
amazing week coming up.
Tell us.
An amazing week at the Borgata.
Oh,
Wow.
always fun.
Monday through Friday, I will be appearing with my comedy heroes on guitar, Dennis Blair and Gary
Yes.
Dolina.
Yeah.
We come out separately. It's Blair, Bond, Dolina. We come out separately. We do 20 minutes apiece of our own stuff, and then Gary finishes his act, and he goes, "That's my time." And then Dennis Blair yells from one side of the stage, "You're short!" And he goes, "What?" And I yell from the other side, "And you're ugly too." So he goes, "Let me bring out my children." We bring out microphones.
Oh, nice.
And Mike stands and we sing 3-part harmonies. You know, Crosby, Stills, Nash,
Yeah.
America.
When is that again?
At next Monday through Friday, the 15th through the 19th, at the Borgata in Atlantic City. It's a great show,
Sounds
and
like
we're
fun.
looking to make a tour of it. It's called the Rock and Roll Comedy Tour. We are the G Strings, and it's a lot of fun.
Will you
man.
be Sister Golden Hair?
We
Sister-
didn't know it's a horse with no
Golden?
name because the
Oh,
guy was
great
too
song.
stoned to name it. That's the premise of the song. We do Josh Groban, You Raise Me Up. It's about Viagra. We even do ZZ Top at the end with the full beards and everything. And
Is a Bagata.
we're
Awesome.
just street comics, not the Taliban. And then we play the guitars together. But these guys were the guys I watched before I started.
Dennis Blair, yeah.
Dennis
sure.
Blair, and Dennis Blair opened for George Carlin 18 years.
Oh, wow.
He was George Carlin's guy. And he opened for Dangerfield before that.
Oh, my God.
He's got a little bit of a track record, this guy.
Yeah.
And I've seen him on every show, like Caroline's way back, the Improv.
How'd you hook up
and
with him?
Gary Dolina, Richie Minervini decided he wanted to put 3 guitar acts together on the same show. The Borgata fought him on it, and we've done it twice, and they freaking love it. And we're back for a third time
Great.
next week.
Awesome.
And we're going to make a tour called the Rock and Roll Comedy Tour.
Enjoy.
And so it's great. And I want to plug the next Saturday, though.
Do it.
I'm at a little place in Oakdale for John Butera called Knockouts.
Knockouts.
Yes. So I'll be there right after the Borgata to bring myself right back down to earth.
Well, you know what? And did you hear what he just said? These shows, like guys like Butera produce, I produce sometimes. He's working the Borgata, and now he's going to be at Knockouts. You're going to see the same set. He's going to give you the same show.
He'll get more.
Guarantee you.
Actually, he'll get more show because I
Yeah.
got more time.
And yeah.
Yeah.
But what I'm saying is, acts like this, and we're the same way. We're not on his level. We're the same way. Whether it's 10 people or 500 people, we love doing stand-up.
Love
So
it.
you're going to get the same show for probably a cheaper price,
Right.
more intimate,
And it's in Oakdale.
and it's an Oakdale.
In Oakdale.
So go see Paul
Can we go to
Bond.
Checkers afterwards?
go to
We'll go, Paul.
And these are my CDs that are available.
Great Christmas
I
CD.
got
Is there a
very-
website that they can?
Yes, paulbondcomedy.com.
Oh, that's a good name.
Where's your
And,
rescue based out of, by the way?
It's in Medford.
In Medford,
But
okay.
I'm in Center East Selden doing my thing. But it's a filthy Christmas CD. And if you haven't heard this, and anybody that's gotten this has only written me every year emails going, it worked again. And when you do, the music sounds like the original song, and the words are over the top.
X-rated.
X-rated. Thank you.
It's hysterical.
And this is called The Way I See It, and this is my CD, but my new DVD, You Asked For It, is coming out. All the money, like I said, there's no middleman, goes toward Animal Rescue. So
Now, if they wanted to just make a donation without making
they
any
can.
purchase, can they do that?
Go to,
directly
yeah,
through the website?
PayPal.
Good, Frank, good.
PayPal, go to PACHBO. That's like Paul Cheryl Bond. We put our first two initials. PACHBO at AOL. That's my PayPal at AOL.com.
All right.
And every once in a while, I wake up in the morning and somebody donates $50.
Oh, that's
Oh,
nice.
that's nice.
It makes
Yeah.
my day.
That's nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
People think it's you're in the rescue business. It's not a business. That's the thing. It costs
Yeah.
money.
Yes,
Right.
yes. I'll talk to you later on. I joined some kind of site for Laughter Saves Lives Foundation, and every once in a while I get like a $200 check in the mail.
Oh man.
I got to show you this.
Yes.
because you
I
can
would
use
love
that.
it.
All right, so
Thank you.
let's
There's
show.
good people out there, right? There's
Let
good
Paul,
people
you
out
stay.
there,
Yes.
You're gonna stay. We're gonna bring in Kevin Shea. Let's show our Life Vac commercial, and we'll be back with our second guest, retired FDNY Kevin Shea.
Paul
When
Bond.
someone is choking, brain damage can occur after just 4 minutes. Did you know every 5 days a child dies because of a choking accident?
My name is Art Lee. I invented LifeVac to protect my family. LifeVac is an easy-to-use suction device with a special one-way valve to help save a choking victim.
I care for my dad, who's prone to choking. Having LifeVac in my home gives me peace of mind.
Protect your family. Buy LifeVac now.
Thank you, Daddy.
Call 1-877-LifeVac or visit lifevac.net.
And we're back
Thank you.
to Laughter Saves Lives live here on Strong Island Radio and TV and Facebook Live. Life Vac. Do we know how many lives we're up to with Save? the
They're
Life
up
Vac?
to 10.
10 lives.
And listen, we want them to save lives.
Yes.
But we want it to be more that they don't have to save lives because that means people aren't choking.
Right.
But unfortunately, it happens. And this is a great device, and you should have one in your house.
He has
say
one.
it every week.
He
I
has
have
one.
it in my house.
I got one
and,
now.
And we bought it in the hopes that we never have to use it. And it is.
I practice with it. I practice on my wife and my daughter. I stick stuff down their throat to just try to suck it
know
out,
what,
and it
though?
works great.
That's just to get your Fitbit count up.
Yes,
That's all.
yes. And then I walk-
150.
I practice with it too, but we won't get into that.
Get the life back. So Kevin Shea,
Welcome, Kevin. Welcome.
Kevin,
True hero.
true hero here. He's not going to say he's a hero. I know how that goes.
Because a true hero never says he's a true
gonna
hero.
say
That's right.
Hoagie
That's true.
instead.
That's true. I met Kevin. We want to get your face in here.
Do you?
Yeah.
This face?
I met Kevin after 9/11. We worked
We're
together
good,
in
Kevin.
hazmat operations at the
that's right.
FDNY. Kevin was on light duty down there.
Yeah.
We'll start off with Kevin was he was on light duty because he was injured on 9/11.
Right.
What happened, Kevin? Quickly.
Okay.
Just you don't have to get deep into it,
It was
but
such a quick
it's just
event.
interesting. It's
Yeah.
interesting.
All right. So I got off duty that morning, right? And then the first alarm goes off, and I asked, "Can I go to the officer?" Because I thought this is going to be the fire of the century. And we're just getting into the 2001. I'm like, the last big event we had in New York City was. Not including that guy, the Home Alone fire, right? Not including that one, but when the plane went into the Empire State Building, remember
Oh,
that
that
was
was-
that was big. That was a big
Yes.
fire.
And
I thought
and
this would be it.
Kevin, and he'll tell you this. Just like many cops and firemen that day were getting off duty and jumped back in the car, got
Yeah.
down there somehow, jumped back on the truck,
Right.
and went in. They were not working.
No.
Go ahead.
Right. So when I got to the office, I said, well, we're not going. We're not due. That's the other engines and trucks. So I said, all right. But then when the second one come off, I said, that's great. Can I go now? He says, well, you can go and jump on the engine, but it's not the same box which it's the different alarm. So,
Right.
well, another plane went to another tower, so the whole mood in the house changed. So so I said, oh, but I still wanted to go.
Each tower was run as 2 separate fires, so to speak.
Yeah, it's 2 events. So 2
2
incidents
events.
they call it. Yeah.
Right.
So I jumped on the rig. I remember the mood changed. Me, I started thinking about it when I saw the guy pull his pants up, the cuffs up, and started writing his number on his leg. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know if anyone else in your
Yes,
house?
in
I was
fact-
like, holy moly.
Tony Musafidi.
What's that?
We hopped in a
Wow.
pickup truck, and he said, "Write your social security number on your arm." And I'm like,
Exactly.
I'm like, look at him, like,
Why
for
don't you
what
put the phone
reason?
number to that so the
So
girls
they
can
can
call you too,
identify.
Oh, crap.
And I'm like, ooh,
Yeah.
That's scary.
ooh,
I
yeah.
know.
I got scared at that point.
Yeah.
Sure.
So then I turned around
Wow, that's
to the office. Is this a terrorist act? And the only words he said was, "It appears so." And then he closes the glass. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then they take off. That was it. And then I remember it was quiet in the back of the engine. But when we got down there, it was all smoke around the ring. It didn't look like it was on TV. On TV, everything looked so huge and big. When we're going around, we're saying wisp of smoke, so we didn't really think it was a big deal. But then when you get there, the guys are warning you. You see that stuff coming down? That is not glitter. That's not confetti. That's actually large sheets of stainless
Right,
steel coming
right,
down.
right.
Be very, very careful. Yeah. So you got the setup there.
And you were injured when the building came down.
Right. That was that crossway that stayed there after the
yes.
stainless steel.
Yeah.
Well, I was wrapped around with 2 other guys. We wrapped the hose around and we were putting out car fires. It was a parking lot right in front of
Sure.
the South Tower, right? So that's it. We were putting it out because we were trying to find things to do. We were in the South Tower. We were outside the South Tower. We found the purple caves were not pressurized. Was that your fault?
No,
I don't
the
know.
extinguishers.
Okay, yeah.
Purple cake extinguishers.
Yeah, they were
Good.
not. They were not pressurized enough, and the foam extinguishers weren't working right. So we were just putting in an inch and a half on an inch and a half.
Purple
hose.
K powder.
Yeah, the purple K wasn't.
Yeah.
We tried to get them. They were not. And you're supposed to inspect them every freaking time. So.
So
I was
the building came down.
9 point something seconds. It comes
Right.
down.
And
What
you
I had is
ended
one
up-
guy ran in to see if there was something else to do, and then when he was coming out, he said that he heard the rumbling, felt it, looked up because you're supposed to look up when you come out of the building, and then he just screamed, "Run!" And we had our SCBAs on, so I don't know how long it took for me to respond to him and then look up and then start running. So,
Right.
and then I started to run, and the parts I can remember was debris around me, falling, rolling, and running until at one point I was crawling up to about 200 feet away in debris.
And what was interesting is a lot of
Yeah.
this you didn't remember. and It got pieced together
Got pieced together.
later on.
Yeah,
with
some
different-
guys interviewing other people that rescued me, pull shit.
So what? Did anything hit you?
What's that?
Was anything hit? Did anything hit you?
Yeah. I had damage. It hit me in the back of the head. What they call it, subdermal hematoma. Is that what it's called?
Subdural hematoma.
You know it.
I do.
You ever experienced it at all?
I have not. I was an EMT, but
You were
Okay, yeah,
unconscious
yeah.
for a while.
I was subconscious. They said I had a sense of humor even when I was subconscious. Because when they showed up, some guys found me.
That's what
the
you. Somebody
alarm's
should
going
hit you
off.
in the head, maybe.
What's
then,
that?
right?
I mean, yeah. oh, that's all you
Whatever
need.
it takes, Kevin.
Yes, 2 by 2.
Whatever it takes.
So they propped me up when they saw me because our SCBA alarm went off.
Right. That's
So
the
they went to a
self-contained
lot of
breathing
them,
apparatus.
right?
Right. SCBA on your back, right?
And they went to
like a
like quite a
scuba tank.
few, and then they got mine, which again it was way back because it was like 200 feet south of the building. So they picked me up and they picked.
What did you look like?
A ghost because I was all gray
You
from
were
the
just
dust.
right. And
Right.
then at one point, you said they covered you.
That was later on, but then when they first caught me there, they knew I was in a subconscious state because I was coughing, and then they tried to get stuff out of my mouth, and then they noticed. They says, "Kev, I don't know how to tell you this, but I think you lost one of your thumb." And he said, I think his name was the Cock on I don't remember what engine he's from or truck, and he says, "I knew you as well because your response was, 'It's okay, I have another one.'"
Oh, jeez.
And then he said, "Ah, man." Yeah, so they took me, they put me on a board, and then they took me under Dr. Kerry Kelly's orders.
And-
put him in the garage.
And
Dr.
what's
Kerry
interesting?
the fire department
Medical officer.
chief medical officer.
Yeah.
Dr.
Isn't
Kerry.
that wild?
Kerry Kelly. Yeah.
Yeah.
Now,
That's when I
what's-
got the crush on her. It wasn't before.
What's interesting is when I read your bio, you said, and this is kind of the way I felt about Laughter Saves Lives, and I didn't go through what you went through, but got to do something. We
Right.
got to do
I mean,
something.
you were not happy after 9/11. I remember it. You were not a happy cat.
Got to do something
Yeah.
good, right? And so you decided to do a whole bunch of stuff here. Tell us about your work in Nicaragua. You going back there
Sure. I'm going back down sometime next week.
next week?
Yeah, I want to see my mom and then go down to Nicaragua.
Tell
So
them about
Nicaragua
Is that
like
in
it was-
Queens?
What's that?
Yes.
It's sort of
Right next to
There is a
Flushing.
lot of cats down there.
Yes. It's one borough I don't
Take
go.
Paul. He's got work to do down
You
there.
got to get out more often.
They actually have a cat sanctuary down there, so they have their own place.
The Tigers, though.
Yeah,
So
the
good.
Jaguars. And so down there is a wildlife reserve. I went down there at one point just with some other guy who said he owned property, and I disconnected from him, and I went around and I saw some property, and I thought maybe I should buy it. Some people think, oh, real estate. This is, by the way, this is right before 2008.
Did anybody tell you location? It's not Nicaragua. It's not Nicaragua. I don't know. What were you looking to build at the
The
time?
Hamptons is nice, Kevin.
Well,
you
I
know?
figured I
But
was
you
young.
know,
I'm
but look
young.
at Frank. Frank is handing him his card behind me.
Yeah, Frank.
You see?
Listen, I could branch out to Nicaragua.
So,
don't
yeah,
worry.
listen,
Where's that
Keller
real
Williams
estate
has
talk now,
offices
right?
everywhere. We can.
Why Nicaragua? Like, let me buy this land.
Yeah, well, when I got there, I found out the people are really, really nice there. I mean, the kind where you're driving down the road and they're all looking at you and they'll just wave.
Right.
I'm like, where am I?
Because
You know,
you're the
you don't
only
see
guy
that
that's
anywhere
been
else.
there.
What's that?
That's
Oh, yeah,
why.
no.
Hey, what is he doing here?
Well, San del Sur, the little
good, he's
city,
buying the
is 4
land.
blocks by 4 blocks.
What the hell's
And
this white guy
when the
doing
mayor
here?
would walk through town, you thought he would have that little star, like from Tombstone,
Uh-huh.
because he would just walk through town like it was nothing, and some of the roads were still dirt and stuff. And then where my property was, you actually had to go in a 4x4 to get there. But it was a key site. It had beautiful view, 150 degrees of the Pacific Ocean. You could see Costa Rica. It was 6 miles away from the border. And then it was on a historic site where at the Revolution, they had a turning point. You know, every war has a little turning point where someone says, we're going to kick your ass this time. And it was on that point right there. So I says, I should. And they had bullet casings. And later on, as we were making the bike trails and the horse trails, we actually find missiles or rocket missiles in there.
good.
Yeah,
No, I
I'm
know.
telling you.
I mean, I'm
Oh, yeah,
very
well,
versed in
okay.
history, but
Yes.
Frank wants to know, who did Nicaragua fight?
Yeah.
Themselves, technically.
Yes, I've been dying to know that.
Asking for a friend.
right. Asking for a friend.
Somoza, and he was the dictator, and actually fought us because if you recall the Iron Contra affairs, with
Absolutely.
Ronald Reagan.
Oh,
you remember
yeah.
all that?
Oliver North.
What's that? Oliver North.
I love
wow.
Oliver. Great man.
Wow.
Exactly, great man.
Okay, so is it something that's going to be a tourist spot? I mean, is it close to an airport?
Every year, 10% goes up in
Yeah.
tourists.
Is it
Yeah.
close to an airport? How far is it from
Yeah, well, too close. Managua is the one that most people have been going to, but right now they're going to Liberia in Costa Rica. It's only a half hour away from Nicaragua. Now, Liberia used to be just a military. Again, your history.
That's it.
The military,
mine.
your history.
He doesn't know anything.
Paul's
Yeah.
expertise.
Fill him in. Paul knows. Paul's very
Was
smart.
a
Same for others.
Was a
Paul's very
military
smart.
airport. Then it became a municipal, and now it's becoming a commercial airport. And where it used to be the beaches were a party town, they made Liberia a party town. So people will come into Liberia. I remember when JetBlue had a flight going right down there for like $75 or $95, and you would go down there, and then from there a half hour to Nicaragua, because it's north of it, and then 25 minutes you're in San Juan del Sur. And San Juan del Sur, by the way, we have a long history with them because it was the canal that made it important. When there was a gold rush in California, the quickest way to go over was to go from New York to California, but it was dangerous for the Native Americans. And other people
That's
who were
what
stealing
the dentist
stuff.
found that, right?
What's that?
That was the root canal.
The root canal,
And,
that's right. Oh my God.
Sorry, it's like pulling
thought you were
teeth
the
around here to
historian.
try to get a joke out.
I paused for a second. I'm like, wow,
Really?
Paul knows something here. This is going to be good. He knows
No.
history.
Vanderbilt on Long Island. Vanderbilt, you know the Vanderbilt?
Yeah, yeah.
Sure.
Well, Vanderbilt had a lot of boats.
Thank God you
and
came
he
back
had
to
the-
America because we were clueless
Yeah, we
for
were
a while there. Yeah, we knew nothing.
So Vanderbilt decided to have a $25 I would say cruise, a ride to go to California, to go through south of Nicaragua, through a river into the lake, and then cross over into San Juan del Sur. So you had a whole canal road for $25. If you can make it,
Yeah.
and you go over there, so you go for that gold rush and try to get the gold you can get.
Kevin, I can
Yeah.
say this.
What?
You know, I was a fireman,
Okay.
and I know and knew a lot of firemen.
Yes. Sir.
And I will say without question, you are the most informed fireman that I ever
Informed
ran
fireman.
into in 23
Absolutely.
years.
Well, you know, we need some firefighters
Or
who
at least about Nicaragua, anyway.
The guy didn't talk about the Jets once. What is this?
Who sounds a lot like
I was
Norm
the guy with the
Macdonald.
computer at the desk.
Hey,
Yeah.
No, Steve is right. If you sit at the kitchen table at the firehouse, the most knowledgeable doctors, lawyers work there. They're just firemen right now. But,
Yeah.
they, you know,
There was a
know
guy
what-
who made a
like cops,
Manhattan
too.
skyscraper on, and he was a firefighter. I just can't remember his name.
Oh,
right
Oh,
now.
my friend Jimmy, Jim Kennelly, good
See?
man.
friend.
See,
But
but
listen,
see?
Kevin, I'm
What?
sorry. I
it's
wanted
all
to.
right.
I noticed something. Great man, Jimmy, by the way.
Okay, he's listening.
Since I retired,
Yeah.
all right, I'm stopping to smell the roses a little bit, but the rainforest,
Yes.
right,
Dry-
is depleted, or
It is.
so you're restoring it in Nicaragua?
Yeah,
Yeah?
yeah. The whole 46 acres that I have, I'm restoring it. I started with erosion control, and now I'm putting a lot more trees in it. And now I'm working on selecting the trees. One, to make sure there's an ecological balance, and the other part is to help the people there, and then later on other people to learn how to do it themselves, and then also use the materials that are renewable, and you can see in that notes there's food security there.
You are a thinker.
Really?
I like
really?
it a lot.
Interesting.
I
Every
was
day.
the hot shot in the room till you walked in. I was doing good
But you
things
had 15
for
minutes.
animals.
You had your
You
15
walk
minutes.
in,
You may want to
you're
stop playing
saving
the
the
guitar.
planet.
Right.
You're a 9/11 survivor.
Paul's
I'm a
rescuing-
friggin' comic working in Oakdale.
Paul's singing "Dirty Christmas."
He's rescuing cats behind checkers, and he's going to Nicaragua.
And Paul, and we're only on page 1.
Hey, Paul, you know what they say? Help where you are. Help
That's
where you
right.
are.
Charity begins at
Well,
home.
Kevin,
home.
Yeah,
now
yeah,
you
yeah,
mentioned
yeah.
something about you're building some water wells.
What's
No?
that?
Water.
There's water access and sanitation. It's a significant problem. The United Nations came up with a Sustainable Development Goal. We want to make sure that the two. I'm sorry. Don't get upset.
I'm gonna just weep outside. There can't be somebody this good in this room.
But isn't it interesting?
You're raising the bar,
You know what?
man.
It's amazing.
I gotta be honest with you, next
Yeah.
time we all gotta discuss who the
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
Isn't it interesting?
Hey, can we bring Pat in? We want to lower the SAT
Yeah.
score here.
But hey, if it helps, if it helps,
Pat,
if it helps you
call
to
us
make you
up.
feel better.
Yes.
When I went into the firehouse, the first firehouse, I felt left out because I was one of the guys they did not do anything to. They did not have me climb with the flying pole, the pole and pour water down. They didn't throw anything at me. No jokes.
No, because they were afraid you were gonna devise some
Nah.
No, this is what happens when they do jokes on you. This is what happens.
And then
Yeah,
you
listen,
became
I've
the
never been the same.
overachiever that you are.
Yeah, I've never been the same.
No.
Yeah.
God bless you.
And I didn't get the
that
jokes
is-
until like some house in the in Flushing. You know, finally I got it.
But
Yeah.
I thought about this a number of times, and it's something that I wanted to take on. Wouldn't it be cool to give somebody running water that
Yes.
doesn't have running water, make it a separate Laughter Saves Lives project in memory of the guys, to give someone water who doesn't have the basic water? And I'm hoping that maybe we can at least make a donation towards something you're doing. I think that would be so cool. Because think about that.
Yeah.
No
Not
running
having water.
water.
We take this stuff for granted every day.
We do.
You know?
We really do.
And you know what's amazing? I mean, I know you're going to get onto the subject, but you're doing this. You're going down to Nicaragua soon,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
You're doing this.
And participating.
Is it
There's a
down?
lot of other
participating.
people that get involved with this. By the way.
Nicaragua.
By the way,
is it
you're-
down?
Yeah. I mean,
representing-
you're going wherever. Paul, wherever that.
I know. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
The
Steve.
root canal.
Yeah, it's on that globe
You're
somewhere.
going like
Yeah,
away from
Nicaragua.
here.
Nicaragua, that
He
way.
said you're
You know,
going
past-
down.
In Central
like you knew
America,
what
that's easy
direction.
to remember. I think.
Go ahead.
You like how I pointed? I just
The
pointed to
umbilical cord
Medford.
between
He's our
South America and
geology
North America.
expert.
Easy to remember is the umbilical cord between South America and North America.
By the way, we have running
Thank-
water in
okay.
our family,
I like
but
the
it's an
illustration,
Indian
Kevin.
guy.
Thank you. Thank you.
So hold on.
Okay.
You got a question?
Well, I was going to say, he's doing
up
it
his.
on the heels of. Have you done this yet?
I did
We
it
don't
on
want to
December
read it.
5th.
Okay.
Oh, no,
Wait,
yes.
We're just
December-
going to point to it on the paper. We're not going to let you know what it is.
December 5th. I'm doing a lot of pointing.
Was it December 5th?
December 5th, it just passed.
Just passed?
What did you
Just
do
passed.
on December 5th, Kevin?
What's that? December 5th, I donated my kidney.
We got to leave now. I mean, come on. You know,
Oh,
Kevin.
you know what?
Hey, play something, Paul. Play
It's the
good.
Kevin
Play
Show.
something.
You're nobody till you donate a kidney and go to Nicaragua and save the world. I just rescue cats and I work in Oakdale.
It's the
great.
Kevin Shea Show.
See there.
So he donated
man.
a kidney to a stranger.
Oh, for God's sake.
To a stranger.
A stranger, no less.
Stranger, that's right, anonymous.
Anonymous.
But I did it for a reason.
Tell me, I read.
Why is
It's
that?
interesting.
I hope it was for
Because
monetary
no,
reasons. Something that makes you look bad.
Tell us it was at gunpoint.
Yeah, it can't be. It can't be all good.
He woke up in a dumpster. They just took it out of him.
Okay.
Minutes to live? Did they have minutes to live?
10 minutes to
You
live.
son of a bitch.
Okay, you ready?
Body
It's
parts,
gonna.
Great.
I did not know, first of all, but I did hear about it somewhere in 2015, 2016, and I just immediately put the form in. And then after I got it, I'm like, when are they going to take it? When are they going to take my kidney? But
That's what I
the
wake up
one
saying
reason why I
every day.
first liked it was this. Is that unlike you donating your kidney to, let's say, someone you're waiting for, you have to wait for a match. I'm an O negative, and my blood is something different. It's O negative, CMV negative, code 96. Actually, just before I got here, I was going to donate my blood, but apparently my
Oh,
blood
boy,
cell.
what? I just,
know,
you know,
my
I went
blood
to a
cell
sperm
was-
bank.
Hey, I
It was 38.
I didn't want that.
Paul is going to hit you.
I thought it was
with a
hilarious.
What the hell?
I mean,
I don't know why
Kevin,
I do it
you
either.
are listen. Right around the same time, I put a quarter in a Salvation Army outside of Macy's.
you know,
all right.
This
So
goes
I
back to he's doing
Ding,
all
ding,
this.
ding, ding,
I
ding,
used to
ding,
go to
ding.
the nudie bars, throw the dollar
Yeah.
over it, and then the woman would walk away. I would take the same dollar back and just keep giving it the whole night. And here you're giving away kidneys and
Giving kidneys. And I got to recommend it for everyone. It's
He's-
it's a
what,
good
donating
program.
a kidney?
Go
He's
donate
the
a kidney.
Oprah of firemen, and you get a kidney.
I want
and
you
you
to
get a kidney.
Well, here's the thing. That's
Hey,
how
Kevin,
I
I wouldn't lend my neighbor my lawnmower. You know what I mean?
In the paired exchange program, what it does is you're the what do you call it? The catalyst that starts a whole pair, like a daisy chain of others.
How does
When
that
you're
work?
doing,
How does
okay, if let's say right now we know there's 100,000, which by the way, they say they estimated there would be 50,000 people who could have worked in the World Trade Center. One of them.
Right.
All right, so that would be 100,000.
Right.
So all those people, picture those all people looking to get in New York. Is it New York or I think it's the United
be New
States.
York.
I think it's the
Right,
United
yeah.
States. I'm not sure.
Looking
but
for a kidney?
looking for a kidney and may have been on dialysis for at least up to 4 years. In fact, one of the people I know. And dialysis is 3 times a week, and it's about 3 hours of your day, and then your energy is probably spent. You know someone then? Do you know anyone?
No, I know.
anyone?
My daughter wanted to work there.
I didn't know anyone,
Yeah.
and I didn't know anyone who had needed a kidney. But like I said, when I heard that if I
found
get
one.
it started, sorry,
Why'd you put it? It's like
I'll be
it's
able
like
to help
an ad.
out not one person, but at least 4.
Yeah.
And that's what I got. I was hoping to get up to 12,
Like a
but the
Right.
point
Good
is,
Lord, eh?
Hold on, hold
what
on.
ends up happening is, with that woman, when this
You
woman, I
learned
found
it.
out later who it was, but this woman needed a kidney, she called in her niece, who was not a match,
Right.
and if her niece says, oh, if I'm not a match, if I donate my kidney to someone else,
I got you.
Kevin gets to give the kidney to her.
Oh, wow.
And then that goes on for the next person.
It is a
Okay.
daisy
What's
chain.
Isn't that
Pay it
great?
forward,
Even though they're not a
Oh.
match. Exactly. They call pay it forward too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Congratulations. Yeah.
Listen. I have a good feeling that if I ask you for your jacket, you'll give it to me. Cause
I probably would.
kidneys
But I'm
and right.
cold. I have no heat in my truck right now.
Well, that's why
But
you
I'll
make
do
a
it
hardware.
anyway. Yeah.
But you know, Kevin. I mean, you know.
and get
all-
this.
all kidding-
I'm on the list
Not,
for liver,
nothing else, please. I can't
donation.
Hold
take
on,
it.
one more. Let me
liver
give you one
donation
more.
and the
Oh,
marrow
boy.
thing. So now you go.
Check this out. This
You,
guy.
you are a
He's an amazing
contributor
individual.
of society
I mean-
in physicality,
Yeah.
if you will, in spirit,
The spirit.
and you're going to Nicaragua.
This
too.
show is going to go
And
down
just to top
as.
it all
Does not
off.
need a Fitbit.
This show is going to go down
Yeah,
as.
he's
Kevin
running up his
Shea-
basement
The man's got
stairs.
one kidney. and
How's your
doesn't need
heart
a
rate,
Fitbit,
though?
and
Is your
you
heart
can't
rate all
even
right?
make 10,000
Your heart rate's
steps.
good.
I'm up to 10,000 steps, by the way.
Nice.
But I should get a kidney now.
And
I'm
12
not
of them
gonna-
are the
I
program.
have guilt. I have
Now
guilt.
you have to give a kidney.
Listen to me.
12 steps on the
When I
program.
knew
Right, that's
you.
the only step I'm taking.
All right,
12 of them.
guys, wait, hold on.
All right.
Tell us about
Oh, boy.
where you still live in the dome, yeah?
Yes,
Continue
Long
to
Island
make
Green
Tell
Dome.
us, check this out.
What?
Tell us about the dome. Tell us about
But there's
the dome.
nothing about giving it out to other people. Here's the thing. When I first got on the job, I
Right.
bought the property. 1999, February 1999, I got on the job, right?
With
And
this
I'm-
intention?
With the intent. I was designing since 1993.
Holy crap.
Okay, I was like living in a house, and my dog was.
Prior to the fire department, what was your background?
Uh,
He's the president of the United States.
Whatever he wanted to be.
I passed the test.
You an ambassador.
How old were you when you came on the job?
I was on that list that was frozen for 9 years.
Oh, I was on
because
that
of
list. I was on that list.
Oh my God!
What year did you get on?
I got a 99.
No, it can't be.
Must have been another list.
Right, 'cause he
He's
gave
the
his-
one
he
with
gave
the-
1
with
point
the-
away so
with the
someone
New
else
York
could
City
pass.
He gave a
residency.
point away.
I was on the.
You were on the one before it, obviously.
Yeah, yeah.
So anyway, back to my question.
Go ahead, go
What
ahead.
was your background prior to the fire
All right.
department?
So I went to school to become an elementary school teacher, but then I went to further get my master's degree in educational technology and to speak. And then after that,
Worked out.
I got a job with a software company, so we were going to be developing Visual Basic tools. So I was working for this company when I got the call from the fire department. Now, my grandfather was a deputy chief in the fire department. Never really much what he did in the job, but he was actually in Division 1. He was actually there when they were building the World Trade Center.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, my other grandfather, he was one of the engineers in there. Anyway, so now my father was a firefighter. My brother Brian Shea from the Bronx, you guys know Brian Shea,
Brian
61.
Shea. I think I
He
know
was
the
a
name,
funny
yeah.
guy. Yeah, Brian Shea.
By the way,
Maybe
Paul's
so.
going to be at knockouts.
You notice how he looked at me and
Glad
said
to
he
see
was a
Paul's
funny
gonna be at
guy.
knockouts.
He was a funny
You
guy
should
too.
direct
No,
him
two.
into John.
Okay, go
You
ahead.
should talk to him.
Sorry,
Have
let me
Borgata
say
next
something.
Paul's at the Borgata next week.
What happened?
I gotta
What
feel
did
like
miss?
somebody for a second.
So anyway, so now you have this biodome
So,
house.
That's a
now, yeah.
Christmas CD with dirty
Paul's-
language.
Yeah, very like
So-
he's rescuing the world in Nicaragua.
Right.
I'm putting out.
I'll play the CD there. Okay, so.
Christmas
Don't talk
All
about
right.
the
We all
dome. We only
have
got
a
a few
place,
minutes.
Paul.
So
We
I
have
got
a-
the job, and the funniest thing
Let
was
me
I
hear
was
the
telling
last
people
thing.
all along while I was in probie school, I have this dome, and I had a 18-inch model I made at a dollhouse, the Balsam one, and I showed them diagrams and stuff, and they all thought it was freaking crazy.
I
They all-
remember- I
Oh, there you
remember
go.
he-
See,
when
that
I-
he
yeah.
was one of them that thought it
No,
was
I
crazy.
didn't think you were crazy.
Oh,
I
okay.
remember people saying you
Yeah.
were. I was thinking that guy's going to donate a liver someday.
A liver, not even a kidney.
Oh,
Yeah, I'm sorry I disappointed you.
How many livers you have, by the way?
He's going to donate a liver, just
Now,
not
hold on a
his own.
second. You have 2 livers, you bastard. You still keeping them?
Oh, by the way, you can donate part of your
Yes,
liver, and it
well,
grows back. You
Well,
know
get
that.
out there already.
Believe me,
I'm on the list.
nobody wants a fireman's liver, all right?
That's true.
Good lord.
I don't drink that much.
All right, so the dome.
All right, so anyway, when I got out, I even had a house. I had a land warming party where I had all these bales around, hay bales, and I had people come in there, even though I had not
they
even
were
done
Christian
anything
bales.
yet.
Right.
But anyway, the whole design of the structure was this. At the time when I was living in almost a closet, I wanted to live in a home. Okay, so I thought that was what I'm supposed to do, not
Right.
an apartment. I didn't want to live in a honeycomb kind of structure.
Right.
So I designed my home into a geodesic dome. The geodesic dome was meant to be energy efficient, easy on the eyes, or easy to build, and then easy on your eyes when you walk in there. And so
that
I
it,
designed
Kevin?
Oh, yeah, here we go.
That's it on the
there we
screen,
go.
guys.
Good job, Bobby.
All right,
Soccer
that's,
ball.
that thing
There's one of those in Belmore.
Where is this?
it's on
There
Long
is?
Island. It's
Yes,
in,
on the
if
canal.
you Google Long Island Green Dome, it will come right up to it.
There's one in Belmore,
There's
right?
one of
What's
those on the
that?
canal
There's
in
another one in
Belmore.
Belmore. I actually went to that one.
Yes, it's
that
a
is
smaller
a
one.
that is a small
Much
one.
smaller.
That is a
So
hold on,
not
a
only,
58
not only
diameter.
everything else, but yours is bigger than
Are
everyone
your
else's,
neighbors'
too.
children
It
ever
is the
born?
largest residential wooden dome in the United States.
Is that what you
Wow.
High five, right?
Ladies and gentlemen, the most interesting man in the world is
Yeah.
right here.
That's what's going to go in the Great
Scooter
Stone.
Dos
Look at that.
Equis
That's
guy.
beautiful.
Now
That's
this
beautiful.
is 70
Look
feet
at
in
that steak.
diameter.
Is that where you live, Kevin?
That's where I
Yes.
live. That is 70 feet in
My
diameter. The
goodness.
first floor is 3,760 square feet.
Give or take.
Now, my design was not only to use the least amount of wood to make the highest amount of volume, because the volume I think is around 120,000 cubic feet inside the dome. It's
You know we're
44
starting to
feet.
hate you now, right, Kevin?
I knew that was going to
I'm
happen sooner or
kidding.
later.
We love you.
All right. See that
beautiful.
nice
That's
over there?
beautiful.
That's trees
Beautiful.
growing in it. Next year
That
we'll be
is
growing
most
moringa
unique.
trees in there, which is the trees that are in Nicaragua.
Do you have any cats in the back of there?
No.
You can put a lot of cats in
I
there.
have a fish now.
Oh.
Fish
And
now.
the cats like
Yeah,
fish.
Yeah, that's a dome.
So that's a
home.
whole open
Rescuing
space.
fish.
Whole
Now,
open
now,
space.
now you're rescuing fish. You're not even just fishing for dinner. You're actually rescuing the
Well,
fish.
Yep, and it runs off a 10K solar
Of
array,
course
a
it
wind
does.
turbine, I have geothermal heating in it, and a hydronic
does.
floor
So
heating
you're
and a
basically
pellet
a
stove.
survival. What was that show about the apocalypse? All the preppers.
I don't know,
You're
but
You
a-
know what you should
Yeah,
start
but I'm
doing?
not-
know.
You know what Kevin
But I'm
should
working
start
on
doing?
If it's not porn, you
What?
don't know it.
Taking in stray cats.
Yes, he
Getting
should.
straight.
And make a
Right.
great donation.
You know what? All of that.
Oh, wait a minute. If you
Everything
were
that
gonna
Kevin does, he still doesn't.
just
take in any
wait. When
cats.
if you saw that picture again, you would actually see there's a big white thing on it that says
boy, here we go.
Oh, no.
refuge center. So in case of a disaster,
Yeah.
people can come in and stay in
Of
there.
course it
And
does.
unlike
course.
when we went to Texas, you tried to get into whose home and he wouldn't let you in.
I would have let
Oh,
you
I
in.
tried
Oh,
to
you know
stay
what?
at Joel Osteen's
Joel
house.
Osteen
He
would
wouldn't
You know
let
let
you
what?
in.
I'm sorry.
Maybe
The doors were closed.
Pat Barone brought a good point. Maybe we could do a comedy show in the dome.
Yes,
What do
you
you
can.
think?
Kevin, do you have
the
a lot of
acoustics
tourists?
are good. Nice. Yeah.
Oh,
I do
you
tours.
headline.
Can we do that?
Yeah.
Pat's trying to get on your good graces. He's
Say
Can
again.
we
making
do a
headline.
fundraiser
Yeah.
Thank you, Pat.
in the dome? Hold on, let me finish.
Yeah, that sounds good.
Let me finish. Paul headline.
Paul
for,
headline.
for his and Laughter Saves Lives charity.
Right.
And Pat can
Right,
cater it.
and we
It's
raise
fine with
money.
me.
What do you think?
for
That
a
sounds
rescue.
great.
When you get back.
We'll do it
When I
like
get
an
back.
open house. You're selling it, right? We'll make it an open house.
Yeah.
We'll call it the Dome
When I get
Home
out.
Yeah, we'll
Comedy
make it an
Show.
open
I
house.
like it.
People can come see the show.
John, Dome Home Comedy Show.
Oh,
I love it. How many
Imagine the
people can we fit
acoustics
there,
are
you
getting
think?
this
What's that?
easily,
It'd be
right?
awesome.
I
Like a
would say
cathedral.
comfortably. Let's see, 3,906 square, and everyone gets their own 12 square feet. So you divide 12 into 3,000.
about 300 people.
Well, the way it's shaped, it looks
I'll
like
go
it's
with
up to
that.
par.
Right? It'd be 12
Yeah,
would be 300.
yeah, 300 people.
looks-
And then remember, I have outside
First time I was
patios.
ever able to do
All right, we'll do it
Maybe
this
warm
summer.
weather, right?
I'm going to take you up on it, maybe.
Okay, all right,
I think we're going to do it. All right. Well, we're gonna close the show. Paul's going to
With
do.
a song.
Paul's going to do something else.
I'm going to save the world with song.
First of all, Kevin,
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
thanks for being here, man.
Awesome,
really,
buddy.
really
Kevin,
interesting.
Very nice to meet you, brother. Good
Good
luck
luck.
in Nicaragua.
Good luck in Nicaragua.
I
want some of it to
Are
rub
you
off.
opening an Airbnb
Yes.
down there? Is that what it is?
It is an Airbnb.
Look at
and there
this.
is an Airbnb down there.
Paul's gonna take us out with a song.
Okay.
A little Elvis Presley. It's Viva Las Vegas. Here we go.
Viva Nicaragua.
Yeah, you know the song?
I don't.
The Kardashians are real dim bulbs. If they say they're not, then they're a liar. Kim wouldn't have married that Kanye West if her IQ score was higher. There's no real reason to stop and stare unless they're walking around in their underwear. Why the show is still on the friggin' air. I haven't the Vegas. I haven't the Vegas. I haven't the biggest idea. Save the world.
Good night, everybody. Laughter Saves Lives.
Thanks
See
for
you next
tuning in.
week.
See you next
Great
week.
Oh,
show.
Bond,
Bye, Pat
Kevin
Morone.
Shea.
Yeah, Pat, have a good night.
Borgata next week.
Oh, well, you have a good show. It's nice.